Hello?
Have you been here before?
No.
Hi, what's your name, boo?
My name is Shalise. Shalise,
Shalise? Shalise?
yes.
Shalise, where you calling us from?
Um, I'm currently in Tampa, Florida. I moved here a few years ago
So
from both.
you live in Tampa?
Yes. I live
Where
in
you
City, which is strawberry town, basically.
Okay, where'd you move from?
Buffalo, New York.
Oh, I lived in Buffalo, New York for 1 year. I used to work at my first full-time radio job was WBOK 93.7.
That's right.
That was like 2004, 5, somewhere around there, a long, long time ago. All right, Shalise, Tampa, Florida. How old are you?
I'm 46.
46. Okay. What do you do for a living?
I am a nurse, and I just started my own nurse staffing company. Um,
Okay.
it's Sunny Healthcare Staffing. So,
Nurse staffing company. You have any children?
yes, I have two.
Two
My son
kids.
is 27 and my daughter is 18. She just joined the Navy. So I've been flying back and forth to Chicago twice a month because I'm like missing her.
Oh, she lives in Chicago?
She just finished boot camp. So she's in A school right now in Chicago. So, and I'm also going back because I'm going to try to get some nursing contracts, some contracts at the nursing facilities in Chicago.
Okay. Have you ever been married, Shalise?
No, I never been in love.
You have two kids. You were in love with, was the same man?
Uh, no, I was with my son father for 12 years and my daughter father for 13 years.
You
And
were with both of these men and you didn't love them?
I loved them, but I wasn't in love. And they asked me to marry him, and I just felt like it wouldn't be right to marry somebody that I'm truly not in love with.
But why
We,
was you with a man for 13 years if you didn't love him? And vice versa with the man that you was with for 12 years.
well, Kendra, I was comfortable. When I was with my son father, I was with him when I was like 16, and I had my son at 18. So I just, I just wasn't looking to leave because I was comfortable. And then I got tired of it. So I took a break. And then I was with my daughter's father. I met him. I was with him for 13 years. Um, he just wasn't for me at all. He was very obsessive. He was um, verbally abusive to my friends. He just, wanted me all to himself. He was just a very uh, vindictive person. He was completely opposite of who I am. So I left that alone and I've been single for 12 years. A little bit over 12 years. I have not had any stable relationships and I've been working on myself, which is great because I moved, sold my house in New York. Basically, I went to school, became a nurse, sold my home in New York, moved here, and I bought a house here and I'm here.
So you've
So
been single ever since did your last divorce.
it wasn't a divorce.
That's why you guys weren't. I apologize. You wasn't married when you
I
broke
was,
up with your last child's father.
yes,
All right. So you don't have to answer this question, but let me just get there so we can get the clarity. When was the last time you was intimate with someone?
last July.
Last July. You
Mhm.
wasn't in love with that person either.
No, I thought that he was really nice looking, but here in Florida, they tend to date and they're married and they don't wear their rings here. So they're very camouflaged here, and the women kind of allow that. So they feel, oh, we're married. We don't have to really show that we're married. We can just walk around without our rings. So these men go around and say, oh, I'm not married. So that's basically what happened.
How long did you know him before you slept with him?
Uh, we was actually, it was where it was like, oh, I live with my kid's mother. I'm trying to, leave. It was that type of situation. I'm like, okay. So we dated for probably about 4 or 5 months before we became intimate.
So
But
you dated him for 5 months, knowing he was living with his child's mom.
I found out probably about a month later because I really didn't care to like. I wasn't like into it. He wasn't attractive to me, but his conversation was great. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't about attraction. When I first seen him, I was just like, he looked, kind of funny, but Once I got to know him and we started talking on the phone, and I would invite him over. I didn't care about going to his house, but I would invite him over. I'll cook dinner and we'll talk. And the conversation was great. Like he's great as a conversationalist, you know. So he had me hooked. But
So is it fair to say you still slept with him knowing he lived with his child's mom?
yes.
So did you not think that they were being intimate?
No. I didn't care.
Well, you say you end up okay, so
I
you
didn't
didn't care that they lived together, but you cared when you found that they were married.
yes, because I felt like, you know, you should give a woman the chance to decide that marriage is different from dating somebody. You know, I don't want to be a home wrecker. You know, if I ever fell in love with somebody and we decided to get married, I wouldn't want anybody else coming in between that. That's different. You know, it's my fault. You know, I could have walked away when he said that he was with somebody. That's my past. It was 12 years of me being single. So, you know, at that time I was just numb. I'm still learning about myself. And right now I'm in a different space. I have not dated and I wasn't dating for 12 years. So it's not a big thing to me to have somebody in my bed, actually. I
So when
really,
did you find out that he was married?
I found out that he was married last, like, July. It was my birthday.
How'd you find out?
um, he took me out to dinner and he just was like, you know, I love you. And I'm like, you know how I feel about that word. Like, you don't know, you know. So me and him was
Well,
just
how do you feel about that word?
because I feel like people just use it loosely, you know. People don't really be in love with nobody. You know what I'm saying? You just use it just because it just sounds good to say it. You know, we abuse that word. That word is not to be abused. You know, that's why so many relationships are so messed up out here because people give false pretenses of what love is. You know, they look at love as, oh, her body is nice as heck. You know, she got a big butt, she got nice breasts, she got nice hair, she keep her hair done. You know, ooh, I'm in love. Like ever since I've been here, yes, I have been approached, and it's men that say, 2 weeks, I'm in love with you. Well, I only talked to you like 3 times on the phone. We haven't even went on a first date, second date. So it's just it's a real touchy situation for me. Like I want you to don't just use the word any just loosely. You know, be serious. Take it serious because it's a serious word. You know. Um,
Okay, so you said he said I love you, and then he proceeded to tell you what? Like how'd you find he was
I
married?
I said if you love me, then you need to come clean and tell me what's going on. You know, like I haven't met your kids. Homeboy, like, you know, you met my daughter. He buys my daughter gifts. He buy me gifts. He, you know, every time he's over here, and not to say it like this, but every time that we got up, you know, I would wake up in the morning and there's money under my pillow like a tooth fairy, you know. Um, and I just was like, I can't do this no more. You know, I need to know the truth. And he told me, and I just like, well, I can't do it because you lied for all these months. You know, you lied for all these months. You are a part of the statistics why it's broken homes. You know, I wasn't raised like that. My father loved the shit out of my mother until he died. I moved here to Florida to help her take care of my dad. And he was on his deathbed telling her to come let me squeeze your booty. Now that's love. He loved my mom. So I know what it looks like. So I just to sleep around on your wife just because I offer peace over here, that's not cool.
Well, listen, and I agree with that, but you do got to take some responsibility
I,
for participating. Because
I,
I think a lot of times what we do as women is we focus on what the guy did wrong and don't acknowledge the role that we played in it. Now, he did not tell you he was married, but he did tell you he still lived with his baby mama. So, if anything, I would have thought before you became intimate, if I was willing to date a man that was living with a baby mama, before we have sex, I got to meet her because I got to make sure this is a roommate situation that he's telling me, or I got to meet the kids. So you decided to sleep with him before
right.
you made that a requirement. No judgment, but you cannot take away from your participation. He didn't give you the full story, but he gave you a good part of the story.
Exactly. So, being an adult, you have to at least own up to your part of my responsibility in the situation. So, like I said, I walked away from that, and you know, um, I'm kind of nervous about being out here dating, but I'm
Well,
willing to.
let's go. Listen, I mean, we spent a lot of time on the things that you did. I want to proceed with our normal questions, but I do want to
Oh,
ask you about this because the word "I love you" and you mentioned you've never been in love. So I'm just curious to know, what is your version of real love?
real love is when a man can see that if I was to become disabled tomorrow, he would take care of me without complaints. He wouldn't be on the phone complaining to his friend how tired he is.
Wait, say it again. I'm sorry. Tell me the example again.
I'm just saying, like,
Real
when
love is. Say it one more time. I'm sorry. Real love is.
somebody really in love, like, okay, I could become disabled tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And are you gonna take care of me without complaint? Will you stick by my side? Will you still love me? And it's just love to me is just totally different. It's just a little bit. It's trustworthy. You got to be trustworthy. You have to love that individual for who they are. You have to grow with them. You have to support them. Mentally. Emotionally, and these relationships now does not offer that. It's a facade for social media. I don't want to be a social media um clown. I don't publicize relationships on social media. So I don't have any dudes on my social media page because I'm not about to have you on my page. It has to be what I do in our relationship is very personal. So
Okay. Okay. So what kind of man you looking for, Shalise?
I'm looking for, I wrote it down. I'm looking for a God fearing man that's financially literate. He's consistent, mentally stable, family oriented, good morals, values, and ethics. He travels because I love to travel. He's busy, meaning that he has some sort of something going on. And he has to be able to manage money and goal
Okay.
oriented.
And go oriented. What's some deal breakers?
My deal breaker would be poor money management, poor relationships with family and friends, abusive verbally, physically, emotionally, non trustworthy. So, yeah.
Does he have to be in Tampa, Florida?
No,
No. Does he have to look a certain way?
um, no.
No.
I like my black men. I don't like to interracially date, unfortunately. I like my black men. That's all
Black
I,
men. What's the
yeah,
age range you would date? You're 46.
right. I would say like I would try 40 to like 52. Um, I hate to put a age on it, but I really don't want to date young, like 30, 20. My son is 27. I don't, so I would say like 40 to 52 would
Could
be
he
good.
have kids?
Yes, he could have all the kids in the world that he wants.
Okay. Does he have to make a certain amount of money?
No, he just has to know how to manage money. You can make 50,000, and if you don't know how to manage it, you're gonna always be broke. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let's do the Kendra Cam, Shalise. Okay, we see you. Oh, you got a nice shape.
Thank you.
So, Shalise, why we already talked about. Well, why do you think you're single?
I'm single because every woman needs to give herself time to really get to know herself. And I think I was single for the 12 years because I had to build myself up, build my bank account up, not looking for a man to do it for me. Build me up, my self-esteem and all of that. And that takes time. And also I raised my daughter a certain type of way. I celebrate her virginity every year by
Your
giving
daughter's
her,
a virgin.
excuse me.
Your daughter's a virgin,
Yes, I
and you
celebrate.
celebrate y'all celebrate her virginity every year.
I do. Ever since she was 11 years old and came on her menstrual, I celebrate her virginity with purity gifts every year. I give her a speech and I tell her thank you, for being unique. That's because it's so much out here, far as sex on TV and all that promotion. So I I celebrate her and I try not to have different men in and out my house during that time. So I sacrifice my relationships with focusing on raising my child. So that was one of the reasons why I put dating on hold as well. And I don't feel bad about it. I think I made a great decision. She's a great young lady and she's successful.
If she ever loses her virginity, will you be disappointed?
No,
Okay. Look, well, you say you celebrated it, so I just felt like that might be a lot of pressure.
no,
It could go. I no.
no, she likes it. She liked the fact that I celebrate it.
Oh,
She
okay.
really do.
Okay. So
Yeah.
why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Because I would add peace to his life. I am at peace myself. I am mentally stable. I'm a businesswoman and I manage my money well. I'm family oriented. I don't have any baby daddy drama. My kids are grown and I'm a catch. I mean, everything is good with me. That's all I gotta say. Like,
So just curious. I know you have a strenuous mindset of what you desire, and you have the right to do so. If you do not find a man that can align with your list, would you be okay with being by yourself?
yeah, I'm okay now with being by myself.
Okay. So your list is all or nothing for you.
No, it's not all or nothing. It's some things that you have to learn how to go without, and that's not called settling. I think we were talking about that earlier. It's not called settling. It's your tolerance level, what you can tolerate and what you can't tolerate. And certain people, if you really like that person, and I do fall in love, I will learn how to tolerate and sacrifice certain things for that man, and he will do the same for me. So I'm not perfect, but it's some things that he wouldn't like about me. You know, I don't
Okay.
wear nails, but I wear you know wigs and everything else, and I wear you know braids, all that. He probably don't like certain things, but he's gonna have to tolerate it because that's what I do.
Okay. Listen, let's go. Let's do it. This is Shalise. 46 is a nurse, owns her own nursing staff company. Tampa, Florida, two children, 27 and 18. What's your zodiac sign again?
I'm a Cancer, July 14th,
She's a Cancer. And you'll date, what's the age range you would date? One more time.
40, 40 to 52.
40 to 52. All right. How do you want the guy to reach out to you?
You can reach out on my Instagram. It's Sunshine in Buff. So it's Sunshine, Sunshine N Buff. Sorry, Sunshine Nbuff.
Buff.
Yeah,
SUNSHINE, the letter NBUFF. All right.
right.
So, well, keep me posted how it goes, honey. I want to hear an update.
So thank you.
Okay. Bye,
Bye.
baby.